man, I'm so excited because this is the third video of our 3-part video series focusing on how to program the MAM72-35V 40 pallet 5-axis machine and truly teaching how to bring work back to your own countries and to produce it in your own shops. We talk about the lies that people say that you have to manufacture in other countries because of the cost of labor. Where if you can automate the system, if you can have advanced programming techniques and strategies, if you have a machine that's capable of having 40 pallets or more, if you have true tool management systems, if you have the right strategies, you literally take a machine like this, turn it into a vending machine. You take all the setup out, you take all the wasted time out, you're only paying for labor, and you literally have nobody standing here because it runs on its own. This system that we're teaching you represents the most efficient and inexpensive way to run your own products in your own shop. So video number 1, we focus on strategically programming the rack body for a system like this. So you have no chip buildup, you have no tool wear, you just have efficiency and a beautiful part after part after part stacking up over here, just waiting for you to pull it out. And in video 2, we had Barry strategically programming and setting up a different type of part. So Dre's part was kind of short and stubby. There's a lot of stuff going on. Barry's part was kind of tall. Each one was a single op. You literally can come in the next morning or days later and just snap them out of the machine with the parts being 100% complete. So even if you don't get a system like this one video series can take your entire company to the highest level. All right, in this video, Barry's gonna explain how to do the entire setup, how to bring everything that you learned from video number 1 and video number 2, bring it all together so all of it makes sense and you can duplicate that process and make some money. Without further ado, here's Barry on the MAM72-35V 40 pallet system. Boom.
All right, so we already talked about how to set up our programs for overnight runs and the importance of things like tool breakage detection and in-process probing. But now you may be wondering, how do I set up a schedule on the pallet changer? And it's pretty simple. So let's take a look. All right, so we got a few different screens here on our pallet pool. The first one is Pallet Monitor. Now on this screen, we can see all of our pallets, what's in the machine, what's in our workstation. And if I click on one of these pallets, it'll show me what job is tied to that pallet. In this case, that pallet has nothing. But this one here is set up for the rack body, Dre's part. And we can do things like look at our work instruction. There we go, we have a PDF in there with our work instructions. But before we can change what a pallet has on it, we need to create a project. So if we go to our project manager, you can see that we have several different projects that already exist. So like rack body, Dre's part, or left differential, my part. Now, when we go into pallet management, this is where we can tie a specific project to that pallet. So for example, if I edit, then I can go into this pallet here at the workstation, and rather than running a rack body, I can click in there, get rid of that, and I can pick what program I want to run on that pallet. So we're going to change that to left differential. The status will be okay if that pallet's ready to go, and then we just edit end. So you can see here that the pallet in the machine is finished. So right now what we can do is we can create a new schedule. So we're going to do that by going into schedule setting, and we're going to edit. Right now we have nothing scheduled, and I want to add a pallet to our queue. So I can scroll through here and see what's ready. So this pallet is ready. Click on that. This pallet's ready. That pallet's ready. And we'll just pick one more. If we say add the top, now those 4 pallets have been added to our schedule. Edit end. And it says, do you want us to recalculate how long this is going to take to process? Sure. So it tells me when this job is going to start and when it's going to end. In this case, these files were just test programs, so it's showing pretty much instant finish. And this last one, because it's already got a status of finished, it's not going to want to run that. So it's just going to run the first 3 pallets and skip this one. Now, if we knew that this pallet was ready, it's just an error of ours. We forgot to hit the ready button on the control before we added it to the queue. We can always edit that later, but for this doesn't really matter.
This video is going so good right now, and I'm so excited because of the level of teaching and knowledge that we're giving you guys. When you look at this system, just remember, we took 2 parts as an example, but you guys will have different parts. If you have 10 different parts that you want to run on the machine, or a single part, and depending if you have 1 machine, 2 machines, just look at what we're teaching you and then understand you don't have to program everything in a single op. You can use regular tombstones where you actually have the first op on one side, and then you have the second op on the other side, and then basically somebody would come in and flip parts as needed during the whole production schedule. And of course, the machine never stops. So depending on your own circumstances, just have an open mind that we could actually change the work holding, we could change the process, but the nuts and bolts of what Titans of CNC is teaching us opens our minds to the possibilities. And that's what we're trying to do, just inspire you to absolute greatness in your own company so you guys can make money.
Now, when we're ready to actually run this, all we have to do is go over to our machine control and start running our start program. What that start program is going to do is communicate with our pallet changer and start looking for what's next in the schedule, start pulling up the active program that it needs to process that pallet, and it's going to just go cycle through each pallet that's ready to go. But that's not going to happen unless we hit the auto button. The auto button tells the machine and the pallet changer, I'm ready to go. So once we're running our start program and the pallet pool's in auto, whatever we have ready to go in that schedule is going to start taking off, and we're going to start making some chips. Now, when you're trying to automate, what you're really trying to do is get the most out of your 24-hour day. And you know, automating is a lot cheaper than buying new machines or hiring more machinists. Ideally, you're going to get the most out of your workday by running when there's not even workers present. Now, if you guys are interested in buying a machine like the one that I'm using right here today, contact Keith at titansofcnc.com or visit our website. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed our 3-part series on lights out automation. If there's anything else you guys can think of that you'd like to see us take from start to finish, leave us a comment down below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys again soon.